Hello again. I'm not finished with my coffee, so I will continue and talk because I had one more point I wanted to share today. And cheers. I have to make sure that I don't have this mustache from coffee when I drink it. But it's one item I wanted to share, and this is a very nice watch, and it has a special story because back in the 70s, because I'm starting to get older, but I don't feel older, so for me it's the same, but in the 70s I was very, very engaged in Christian community. I was in the Methodist church and I was active, and back then in the 70s they were talking a lot about Jesus is coming back and the return of Jesus, and when he will call his people back, and everybody will be left behind who didn't receive him in his heart, and things like that. So it was a special time. And what has this to do with the watch? I had this story because one Sunday in the 70s, I think it was in 74 or something like that, I went to the church as I usually do each Sunday that time, and I realized when I came down to the city that it was very silent, and it seems no cars, no people. And I saw the watch, no, not the watch, not the clock. I saw the clock on the church tower in town, and it said the time was perfect. It was 10 minutes to 11, and I was going to attend the service at 11 o'clock, so I had enough time. But it was strange that nobody was there. And I came to the church and nobody was there either. And I got shocked because I was thinking, wow, everybody has left. They have been taken up to heaven and I'm left behind. And you can laugh about this, but for a young boy it was devastating to see this thing happen. Then I realized this is Sunday, and this is when they changed the daylight time, and the time is now 10 o'clock in the morning and not 11 o'clock. And I was relieved, but the shock was still there, to be left behind when everybody else is taken away. So what has this to do with the watch? This is a funny story because it both tell about the fragile mind of a young boy who has a belief, and what people teach or people preach. It's very important because it's go into the mind, into the heart, and you can scare people, or you can destroy many things in the people's life by just talking bad things, or wrong, giving them wrong information. Anyway, the watch. My wife one day in I think it was back in 90s also, she listened to the radio and they asked, do you have a funny story you want to share? And she said immediately, yes, I have a funny story. about my husband when he was young. And because the story should be about this changing to daylight time or the winter time. And so she called up and she said, I have a funny story about what my husband experienced when he was young. And she told about the church, and she told the same story. And they said, this is the best story. So we will give you this watch as a prize for giving the best story today. So this is a certain watch, and I was very proud of it for many, many years. And it served me, but suddenly it stopped after many, many years. I kind of realized that the older you get, the more expensive watch you have. This was, for that time when I was young, was a very expensive and exclusive watch. Now I have even more expensive and exclusive watch because I became 50, and when I became 50, I get a new watch. So it kind of reminds me that the older you get, the more precious the time gets. So you need a more expensive watch. Okay, that was everything for today, and I don't have any more stories now. So I will hopefully come back and do my morning coffee another day also, and tomorrow.